Hello guys from Lubec, Maine. Hope you're having a great day. I'm Ben, this is Rebecca, and we are His and Hers Vlogs. We've been on the road for the better part of 3 years and recorded most of it and had just a vast array of wild and crazy experiences. And today's video is all about our mechanical and maintenance experiences that we've encountered in our time doing the RV life.
Yeah, we've been through 2 different vehicles. First, a Class A motorhome with a 16-foot trailer behind it with all of our toys.
Which most of the footage is from that.
Yeah. And 3 months ago, we purchased a 21-foot expedition vehicle, which is a 4x4 built on a Mitsubishi Fuso chassis and a 13-foot box on the back.
So stay tuned for a lot of mishaps, mistakes, and learning curves from that one.
But there have already been a few.
Exactly. So yeah, we hope you enjoy this little mashup of all these fun clips. I just had the wrong position.
Okay.
Do you ever just kick yourself for your own damn stupidity? Man, this is one of those times.
The last time we changed the transmission fluid was in upstate New York at my brother's house.
I think we got it.
Hi. I think we got it, and I am there.
Nothing's pressurized, but there's definitely water in the lines, and I'm hoping not to make too big of a mess.
As soon as he gets that fixed, we'll get back on the road, and we're headed for the Black Hills today. We'll be cutting the corner of Wyoming and then into South Dakota, and we're going to take the 385 and the 16 and just kind of meander our way through the Black Hills this weekend.
We have a heater hose leaking. It comes from right here and leads to the heater core. It's been rubbing on not part of the frame of the vehicle, but part of the structuring for the whole motorhome chassis. So a nice lady named Tiffany at the parts counter set the kit behind the Coke machine.
Oh shit, our hubcap just came off.
And I forgot to bring our little generator in, or like put it in the basement compartment. Now that little sucker isn't starting. There's definitely resistance now on the spring. Guys, this is good news. So it is hooking up with the system. P0253, P0616. Wow, there's a lot of codes on the system, guys. Idle air control. Wow. All right, time to check the old air filter. Oh, not bad at all. So another little repair that I've made is tightening that hose clamp on our water pump. I woke up this morning and my side of the bed was a little wet, and fortunately I was able to find the leak, and this hose clamp was just going drip, drip, drip. But this is like a complete rebuild kit for the fresh water system of that toilet. If you do it often enough, and if you do it long enough, situations are going to arise where you're going to have to fend for yourself to get yourself out of a jam, or even save yourself a little money. Knowing how to check your tire pressure is definitely a must-have skill, and we're right at 100. Here's the new sensor. It has a plastic case, which is the newer version of it. These have been updated over the years, and ours is a metal case. So that tells me that this is the original DPFE sensor. And we found right here where our cord comes into the motorhome or out of the motorhome, whichever way you want to think about it, the wires somehow started contacting each other and ended up arcing and smoking. We got some helpers here, don't we? You like this new sun window, Remy? Heater hose blew completely this time. It is this hose right here. So I did not overheat the engine. The temp gauge shot up really quick. And the good news is this could be like the easiest heater hose to replace on this engine. I found it. I'm ready. Yes! Keep running now. So now I just pull this sucker on out. Tight fit, but it gets out of there. Definitely dusty. Okay, that is it. Not too big of a project, a lot more intimidating than it needs to be. This one's at the top of the ball joint, and this one's at the bottom of the ball joint. There's also Zerk fittings on the steering linkages. Now, if I remember correctly, this rig has about 7 Zerk fittings under here. And now for the moment of truth. Kind of just goes right in there. Move it around. Okay, there we go. We're in. Push on it. Boom. See, this is what's great about YouTube, is I was able to find our exact toilet and I can watch this dude replace the parts. So I'm not blindly going into it. I have a rough idea of what needs to be done, and this totally saves you time by watching a YouTube on how to do something before you do it. But all this stuff started melting. Oh no, this was the wire nut that went bad. And then it was kind of touching this wire. It doesn't look like it's exactly bent the right way, but the bulk heater hose has a memory from being on a spool of hose. My hands are literally covered in shit. That is our shit right there. I have replaced the water valve, which is this piece right here, but I wasn't for certain that this was the thing leaking. I think it might have been this seal, but I replaced the water valve while I was under here. All right, well, that's the best I can do for now, considering we're on the road and the engine's not overheating and the engine is running great. All right, here goes nothing. Ah! Victory! Yeah! Come on, baby, keep running. Give her some juice! Rev her up! Oh, yeah!
Well, that's a wrap. Hope you guys enjoyed our mishmash of "oh no, what have we done now" clips.
Yep. So there's another video coming, and it's all our wild and crazy weather clips. So it's going to be exactly like this, just with wild and crazy weather. So
summer, winter, doesn't matter. There's always something crazy going on.
There's always a season.
There is.
Yeah. All right, guys, hit that subscribe button. Follow the journey. We'll see you later.
Bye.
We're all done. That was easy.
Camera, we're all done. That was easy, camera.
Well, tell Aunt Becky, but without saying her name. Say, we're all done. That was easy.
We're all done. That was easy.